Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, July 30th, 2020. I did that last week too. It's not Thursday, it's Tuesday. Maybe I wish it was Thursday. It's not. It's Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, which means it is time once again for the Mindful Moment. I am Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Tucson. At least all of that I remember and is correct. I'm the senior minister at Unity of Tucson. Unity of Tucson is, of course, an inclusive and loving spiritual center right here in Tucson, Arizona. And our purpose is to provide the principles of new thought, to express and explore the principles of new thought in order that we may find personal purpose, develop a spiritual path, and master spiritual understanding. So that's what we're here to do. The Mindful Moment is an opportunity I take weekdays, Monday through Thursday, to join with you and engage in some of this exploration and engage in the practice of affirmative prayer as well. Why do I do this? Well, I do this every single day. Whether I'm live or not, I engage in my spiritual practice every single day. But I've been doing it publicly in this forum for several years in order that I may enhance the quality of my life, because that's what I found, that this consistency in spiritual practice has enhanced the quality of my life. So that's what I'm doing. It's what I'm here for. Now, whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. I see a couple comments have already come through. Always grateful to see those comments. Sherry, lovely day to all. It is a lovely day. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. A little Bill Withers there for you. William, good morning, magnificent peeps from Anita and William. Grateful to see you this magnificent, glorious day. Jeannie, good morning to you. Grateful to see you as well. So I imagine comments will continue to come through. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them. Roberta, sing it. Yeah, sing it. Got a little throaty thing happening this morning. Okay, I do, of course, want to offer my reminder, and that is to say this: you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. And I am so grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence. Keep doing it, please. So what's coming up for you? I know what's coming up for me. What's coming up for me is the challenge that I have sometimes with erroneous information that I hear outside myself, or what I perceive to be erroneous information or unvalidated claims, or things that are not researched and understood in a way that I feel is allowing people to speak to the best of their ability about the things about which they are speaking. That was a terribly constructed sentence. I'm just going to let that go. What do I mean by that? I see a lot of people on videos and things that so prevalent to have access to see videos all over the place. I do enjoy a TikTok once in a while. I've started posting to TikTok more, actually, and trying to get into the habit of that, because I kind of like TikTok, although it's probably going to get banned because the judicial system is now saying, yes, it is actually problematic. The Department of Justice said it's actually problematic. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay. What I'm trying to say is this: people speak all the time, and very frequently people speak about things they know nothing about. I do it too sometimes. But I'll usually cop to the fact that I don't know something and just say, I don't know about that. I don't try to express my ignorance too loudly. But the reason that I'm bringing all of this up is because one of the spiritual practices that I took upon myself to really engage in some time ago is to really listen. And, I get to make my own determinations, own decisions about whether I think there's veracity in what somebody is saying. But I will always respect the capacity for people to speak and say whatever they want to say. So what I heard, what I was offered many, many years ago, over a decade ago, probably 15 years ago by my mentor in ministry was this phrase. And I really do try to live by this phrase. It is this: God is speaking no matter who is talking. God is speaking no matter who is talking. And what that says to me is, let me be respectful. Let me allow respect and grace to be open to hearing what people are saying, whether I agree with it or not, because God is speaking no matter who's talking. I don't need to immediately jump into judgment about whether or not there is truth or facts that back up what somebody is saying. I don't need to worry about that. Their journey is their journey. They get to believe what they want to believe. And while it can be challenging for me, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My feelings about what somebody else has to say have no bearing on who they are. It just doesn't. And vice versa. Their feelings about what I have to say have no bearing on who I am. So let us move forward, allowing people to say what needs to be said, remembering that God is speaking no matter who's talking. God does have the capacity to speak in ways that are, not true. They're just not true, because we are empowered with voices and thoughts, and we do get to think things that are untrue. Wouldn't it be easier if we just understood everything? If we just understood everything, if there was never a question, if we never had to seek or research into knowing the ultimate truth? I got to think about that a little bit. So yes, today is all about respect in communication. And part of that respect is to understand that God is speaking no matter who's talking. Jerry, good morning to you. And good morning to everyone. And I love that. It's a phrase that I choose to live by. God is speaking no matter who's talking. So I'm going to invite us to take that into prayer practice. If it is safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, feel free to close your eyes. I choose to close my eyes, as it allows me to turn the attention to the inner life, to allow an opening awareness of the activity of thoughts and beliefs and the feelings and how they all interact to flow forth into the expression of life. And I know that I am in charge of my thoughts, my beliefs, and my feelings, and therefore I am in charge of the quality of my life. And this is rooted in this understanding that I have adopted for myself, that there is only one creative power and presence. There is only one creative energy. There is one source energy. There is God and nothing else. God, this magnificent field of potential and possibility flowing forth into expression, infinitely letting itself be known as all that is. And so everything universally seen, everything beyond that which is perceptible by the limited senses of human expression and experience, it's all God. And I hold firm in my understanding that God is infinite. There is nothing separate from the infinite, and the infinite is beyond any concept of limitation or barrier. And so there is no end, there is no beginning. There is only God. And each and every one of us, we are this power and presence. We are the immersion and expression of that immersion, all wrapped into one. We are the impression and expression of the divine. We are the outward flow of love based on an inward flow of love. It's all one wholeness, one unified wholeness. We are unity, expressed as multiplicity. For we are each and every one of us unique identifications within the infinite. We are facets of the one. We are glorious individualizations. And so we are free, each and every one of us, to think, to believe and to feel what we think, believe, and feel. And we are at liberty to express it at all times. And trust and know that in the expression, God is speaking no matter who's talking. And so there is no need to always force agreement or to be in agreement. But there is always a need for respect and grace. And so I allow respect and grace to be at the core of all communication. I trust this. Wholeheartedly, I let this be. And with gratitude and appreciation overflowing from within, fueling this infinite creative engine, I simply let it be as I relax, trust, and know it to be so. I affirm it as so, beyond a shadow of a doubt, no matter what, by saying, and so it is. Amen. There's a good question that Roberta just posted. How do we know what we know? Well, my immediate response is we know what we know first through observation. If we're in the mode, and some people may disagree with me, I think first through observation. I observe what I can observe, and I can observe the wall, like for instance, just the walls in my office. I observe the walls in my office and I can say, I know that my walls are white. Now, the other side of that for me is that observation is definition. So I define the walls as being white. That's the paint color that was utilized, a white paint color. And so I have defined the observation. I mean, this could go really deep, because here's the other part of that. I also know some of what I know through intuition, through inspiration, through allowing the divine infinite source to reveal through me as me that which needs to be revealed. But I also choose to be aware of what I'm hearing in the world around me through observation and making determinations. So it's a constant, I was going to say it's a constant game. I don't want to diminish the importance of it by calling it a game, but it is kind of a game, how we allow ourselves to know what we know. I think there is an infinite knower that is part of our expression, that we are all part of this infinite knowingness, that we are all part of an infinite knowingness. But the way that we define this knowingness is through observation. And if we want to get into the realm of, if we want to get into the realm of quantum physics, you know, there's a supposition that says nothing exists unless it is observed. And so I have an awareness through even peripheral subconscious observation that there are sunflowers behind me. But do those sunflowers exist if they are not observed? How do I know they exist? Like I said, we could get we could go right down the rabbit hole with a lot of this stuff. So let's just leave it there. Through observation, we can know what we know. That's how I'll begin. But also, observation allows definition and defining the edges of things. Yeah, Melissa, existentialism. You know, it's interesting. We're actually, it's funny because yes, you could look at that and say it's existentialism, but we're actually in the philosophical outflow of things. We're actually more related to idealism than we are to the philosophical construct of existentialism. That's a whole thing that was, part of my ministerial studies. I don't really get into that too deeply, but yes, we do have relationship to existentialism as well, but we would be more properly identified through idealism, the New Thought movement anyway. Jeannie, love it. Respect and grace in every conversation. Thank you. Well, thank you. And, we're in a period of time in this country, in the United States in particular, where respect and grace seem to fly out the window in many ways. And we won't get into that too deeply, but just know that we have the capacity to bring it back to respect, to allow respectful conversation to unfold. And that's what I choose to do. That's how I'm going to go about my day. I will see you all again tomorrow, 9 a.m. right here for the Mindful Moment. Don't forget, please, that I will be on for the Mindful Moment through this Thursday, and then I am going on hiatus, and I will not be back until, as I look at my calendar above my computer screen, until August 26th, Monday, August 26th. My husband and I are going to take a trip to Canada, so I'm going to take that time away and also away from the Mindful Moment. But Friday, Reverend Steph St. Amand and I will be here for the rant at 9:30. And then she and I are also going to take a hiatus for 3 consecutive Fridays. We will be back for the rant. After this Friday, we'll be back for the rant on the 30th. So there we are. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And peace and blessings. Make your day magnificent. Please remember, you are magnificent, and it has nothing to do with what you do. It is simply the core of who you are. And so I celebrate that. I invite you to celebrate that today too. All right. Bye, everybody.